Hi, it's Friday night, the 15th of May, and day 136 of Living the Dream. The power statement I wrote down for this morning said, I'm hoping I'll be able to finish building out 11 segments today, which will leave me 11 segments to build out on Saturday of Lesson 12. This morning, I was able to go upstairs to my office here at about 8:15 this morning and start working on those lesson segments. Now, here's my to-do list. Right here. Bam, done. I started working on those segments. I checked my mail. I checked my bank accounts. I handled a few little details, and I got after it. Since I was focused on getting as many segments built out as I possibly could, by the time 5:30 hit this late this afternoon, I was able to build out more segments in one day than I've ever done so far. I was able to finish out 8 segments. Done. Bam. Not the 11. Darn it all. But I got 8 done. That leaves 14 segments for tomorrow. I'm sure I can get that many done by the end of the day tomorrow. But I'm sure I'm going to try as hard as I can. If I don't, then I'll just move the rest of them over onto Monday and get them done then. So that's how that works. Next, Croy says, get honest with yourself. Ask this question. What didn't go well today, Marty? Or what could you have done better today? Did you wake up early and strong? Yes. 6:10, 6:15, right on there. By 6:30, I was doing my morning routine of win the morning, win the day. Did you start your morning with power? It certainly gives you power. Were you productive throughout your day? 8 segments and all the other stuff. Yes. Check. Did you get the most important things done that I wanted to? Absolutely. Did you move your goals forward? Moved them forward. Through the portal of my mind is the world of the physical. What about your personal time? Were you the person you wanted to be as you showed up today? And were you present for Kathleen? Yes. Now combine all these questions together in this one. Were you honest with yourself about today's task, Marty? In other words, did you keep your commitments you made to yourself today? Well, I promised myself this morning that I would do everything I possibly could to finish building out those 22 segments that I have left to finish to get Lesson 12 done. And I focused on it clear until 5:30. No breaks except a quick little half-hour lunch. So I stayed at that. Well, I got 8 segments done in all that process. And so that leaves 14 segments to finish up by the end of the day tomorrow. I'll do all I can to keep that quality in each one of those segments. That's why it took a little longer to get those 8 segments done. There's a lot more little transitioning and creativity in them, but they're going to be great. I was able to do some of the segments a little faster than some of the others, but most of them are quite involved, like I say. And so they require more time to get them done and to have the quality that they need to be. So whatever I don't get done tomorrow, I'll put on to Monday. The next question Croy says to ask myself is, what's the one thing you did that made you feel successful today, Marty? Well, Friday, as you know, is Kathleen's and my date night. And so at 5:30 tonight, our date started. Kath and I had a wonderful evening together. We had dinner and then spent the rest of the evening with our quiet, enjoying our quiet. It's so quiet, listen to that. That's kind of how it is in our home when we're not making noise or harping or me recording. It's just so nice. And then we chatted about our day, how that went, and then watched a wonderful movie together. And then end the day routine with the recording of the end of the day success routine. It's just so good. I mentioned this because for me, being successful in my relationship with Kathleen is the most important success I could ever enjoy. And that feeling is a feeling of success that's unlike any other. I promise you. I love you, Kathleen. Thanks for your support and being my champion, my cheerleader. The next question is, what movies did you watch in your mind today, Marty? Did you make time for them? Of course I did. I watched my favorite 5, and I watched video segment after video segment after video segment of Lesson 12, those 8 that I was doing over and over and over again all day long, making this change, watching that, make it, that come in the right time. No, it's got to change it, all that. And what's crazy, it was not boring. In fact, I got more and more excited with each new segment that I completed. So that's just how that worked. Croy asked you to rate my day, and he says, give yourself a 1 through 10. So I gave today a 10. And I say 10 because I worked at the speed of 10 to try to get as many segments built out as I could, but not shortcut their quality. And as I can look and attest from what I've watched and seen, I kept the quality in those 8 segments. So it's great. The next question is, Croy asked, is if this was the only thing you get done tomorrow, even if your day went sideways trying to get it done or getting it done, and you still felt like a success, what's that one thing? What would it be? And put it into a power statement. So here's what I wrote down for my power statement for tomorrow. I will do all I can to get the remaining 14 segments of Lesson 12 built out. There's 13 done now. We got a little more than half again to do tomorrow. So that's what I'm committed to do. As I listen to each of these lessons segments, Lesson 12 segment videos, I've had a very specific idea here and there come to me for each of the segments in the way of animations and timing and so forth. Some of them were quite detailed, dealing with the buckets for the marketing funnel as an example. They're going to be great. So tomorrow is going to be quite a busy day, a full day. Okay, let's end the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. First of all, I'm grateful for my Marco Polo. You know, you have on a cell phone here. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Go right to Marco Polo here. Yeah, it's right here. Boom. You know how that is. You push that button, it comes up with this. Right? Here it comes. And you have a little Marco Polo. You click on it and little videos come up. So I do my Marco Polo. I'm so grateful for that. I say Marco Polo is, I'm grateful for it because it's really hard to not be able to visit the folks at Avalon Care Center. I can't even call most of them, and that's because the director of the care center told me that the HIPAA laws require that I have to go through the families in most cases of the residents there to be able to call and talk to the residents. And because I don't have their family members' phone numbers and HIPAA laws doesn't allow them to give it to me there at Avalon, those administrators, I don't even have most of the residents. It's been very tough. I can't even call most of them, like I said. They don't want me calling in and asking the receptionist to please connect me with so-and-so and do that 40 different times. And so as I've been thinking about ways to connect, I've done letters, I've done Marco Polos and handed that around to an activities director there, gal Micah, and she takes it around and plays it for each one of those residents as she can throughout the week. So that's been great. But then in thinking about more ways and pondering, my wife came up with the idea of using a FaceTime back and forth. She can FaceTime with me and I can FaceTime with her. And we thought, well, let's just clean one of the phones and hand it to them, connect to it where it's working, and they can take it around and just let the people talk with us back and forth, and then take it and not hang up and go to the next home and the next room and the next resident and do it that way for a little while on a day here and there and a day there to be able to see face to face, even just to a phone. And so we're going to do that. I talked with Micah, challenged us when I called her. She said, I just got done with the surgery I didn't know about. She didn't tell me about it. And she said, as soon as that's done, I'm back there here in about 4 or 5 days. Let's do it. So we're going to probably try to do that on Monday or Tuesday of next week. So I'm grateful for the law. You are what you think you are. The law that you are what you think you are. There are 3 guiding principles of thought regarding this law. You are what you think you are. The first one is think success. Don't think failure. Wherever you are, whether you're at your home or at the work or wherever you are, substitute success thinking for failure thinking. In other words, if you got failure thinking, go on, put some, success thinking in there and replace that failure thinking. When you face a difficult situation, for example, think I'll win and not I'll probably lose. When you compete with someone else, think I'm equal to the best and not boy, I'm outclassed here. The second principle is remind yourself regularly that you are better than you think you are. You are better than you think you are. Successful people are not supermen and superwomen. Success does not require a super intellect, nor is there anything mystical about success. Success isn't based on luck or privilege. Successful people are just ordinary people like you and I who have developed belief in themselves and in what they do. So never sell yourself short. And lastly, believe big. The size of your success is determined by the size of your belief. Think little goals and expect little achievements. Think big goals and win big success. Isn't that great? I'm grateful for the principle of success that says big ideas and big plans are often easier, listen to that, certainly no more difficult than small ideas and small plans. This is another principle of living the dream. There you go. I'll be back once again here at my laptop sharing another day's event on all the events as I continue on my journey to alignment day after day after day. Until then, I wish you continued success. Good night.